It's so interesting to watch that sort of pattern of the way his years evolve and how there's that late charge to the world title, and you can be back in 8th position and people almost expect you to be there and then make your charge.
And now we'll get a look at Griffin Colapinto. This is heat 3. He's up against Gabriel Medina. And we saw in that first heat of the morning, for these younger competitors coming up against veterans, title campaigners, you've got to apply the pressure early. And Griffin tries to force a big turn on the inside there, can't ride out.
It's the sort of thing you can expect with our priority. Here's Colapinto.
Driving down the line, Griffin whips one off the top. Trying to emulate his hero out here, Joel Parkinson, with a couple of stylish carves off the top to get started. Has some wild innovation above the lip. He'll try and throw some at us now. So he's really pushing hard straight. This part of the coast is. And through super tubes, it's really just the line of the swirl that has it tapering down the point here. Leading up to the first event of the season, and even their early round performances at stop number 1, they just look so on. In fact, Medina, through the first 2 events of the year, was arguably doing the best surfing. And on the Gold Coast, he had, I think, the highest heat score total of the event. So it just felt like a lack of momentum through the opening stages of the year have kind of taken away some of that fire, but he is definitely starting to flare up now.
He flared up on that one, didn't he?
Still going, has room to move. Bit of foam on the face. So good at reading those tricky sections, but gets ankle tapped at the end of that ride.
On paper, that would be the obvious thing, as we see pumping and driving, the back foot shifts, gets to the air, gets the rotation, lays back. So easy for this man just to take to the air. And look, it's an awkward wave, a hard wave to surf, gets that floater down the inside, and then just a piece of white water as it exploded up. Just went, come here, and grabbed him and threw him down. Drone angle there, Ronnie.
I don't think anyone's better at this recovery than Medina.
Idolo and Medina are just, particularly on the backhand.
But it's been a long time since we've had a goofy-footed winner. Mark Occhilupo in 1984.
I was here to see that win. It was an amazing performance. Gabriel Medina, Ronnie.
Yeah, Medina finding some room to let go of multiple manoeuvres and throws everything at that final section. Does it incredibly well to maintain control, drifting the fins free above the lip and just skipping across the end section there.
Turn to a 5, 6, 7. Here we go. First re-entry, vertical and tight, Ronnie. Straight up. Second one, a snap with a little bit of a catch on the way down into a beautiful third. And there's that drifting. Just really leant over at the hips and got right off his board. Wasn't centered at all. But a lot of critical surfing there, Blakey.
Yeah, you think back to earlier on, you know, the way that the scale had been trending with Geordie Smith opening with a strong turn and finishing with a committed effort, but nothing like this. You'd expect that this is going to be a pretty lofty number.
Amazing drift along the top of the wave. Tippy-toe control there as you're kind of drifting.
Position to take that wave, but no one looked at it. And he's managed to turn in the highest heat score total of all 4 competitors out there at the moment, even though he's only trying to get the jump on Griffin.
He was kind of struggling to get some good scores on the board. Finally got that 6.5. Now he's back in the heat. Gabriel Medina looking stronger and stronger, though. He started slow and worked his way up to 2 solid 7s. And this was Gabriel's last wave. That backhand snap in the pocket is looking silky smooth today. Couple that with some aerial maneuver. You know what, today is very difficult. I mean, this wave is difficult to ride when it's nice and clean, and when you've got a little bit of lump and bump and that section comes down a little bit quicker, so your timing has got to be spot on. This is the 6.5. Joe, as he sort of carves his way through, real hard to keep that rail nice and clean and mistake-free. You can see all those ribs coming up the face. Your timing is obviously super important. Beautiful snap right there. That was pretty much second gear for Griffin Colapinto.
Griffin's going to roll in. Flowing through that first section, Colapinto wraps it back into the power source. Hollow section opening up. He's going to keep tabs with the open face. Now hard off the bottom. Big blowtail on that section, but he can't hang on. Opportunity on the way here, and this one setting up for Griffin Colapinto. Tail waft into reverse on the opening section. Getting nice and hollow. Colapinto deep on that section. And the wave spits without Colapinto.
Pete gave me a large set of fins. I think it's probably the best fins I've ever had.
Setting up this top turn is Griffin Colapinto, looking smooth. Big float. Two beautiful turns. Now Griffin blows the tail out and can't complete.
The wave, obviously, second priority, so you can't afford to sit and wait for the good ones. Beautiful transition move. And then really goes for broke right here. Tries to get that rotation. I think that wave was running away anyway, Joe, and I think he realized he needed something special to put that points on the board. A massive score required for Griffin, 8.5. Yeah, there you go. That wave shutting down. So Griffin just throwing caution to the wind. You can see the separation of feet there. And
the third maneuver, and which he needed all of that last turn to really get close to an excellent number as he's chasing a two-time world champion for the lead.
And then Gabriel, utilizing priority there, Joe. Good looking wave here. Beautiful speed float, and then kind of got caught behind the section.
A lot of action here on an overlapping heat day at Jeffreys Bay. Medina eliminates Griffin Colapinto to move on to the round of 16.